Imagine one big toe supporting all of your weight. This is what happens when a ballerina balances on one leg in her pointe shoes. In order for a ballerina to dance confidently with supported feet, she must be fitted for pointe shoes that fit her feet correctly. Today, I'm here to educate you about the different parts of a pointe shoe so that you will better understand how dancers shop for the appropriate pointe shoe. Each part of a pointe shoe is made in a variety of styles and shapes in order to best fit a certain type of dancer's foot. Today, you will learn about the way different pointe shoes have combinations of boxes, vamps, and heel sizes, and the types of shanks, and lastly, the outer satin of the pointe shoe. When a dancer's feet are strong enough to dance on pointe, which is usually between 12 and 15 years old, she can purchase and dance in her first pair of pointe shoes. First, an experienced fitter will check the dancer's shoe size. Pointe shoe sizes are different than regular street shoe sizes, but an experienced fitter will be able to fit the dancer's foot correctly based on the length of her foot. The dancer must also consider the type of padding she will put in her shoes, and this is an individual preference. Some people like more padding and others like less. It can be tempting to rush through a pointe shoe fitting, but dancers must remember to try on a large variety of brands and styles in order to find a shoe that fits them best. The next factor a dancer has to consider is the box, vamp, and heel sizes of the pointe shoe. Most brands and styles of pointe shoe will have different sizes of box, vamps, and heels. Because there are multiple combinations of these that each fit a ballerina in a different way, it is important that she tries on a variety to see which combination will work the best for her. The box of the pointe shoe encases the toes and provides support. Box sizes range from narrow to wide for different toe widths. The vamp measures the length of the toes, and these come in ranges from short to long. In her video, Fitting Pointe Shoes, dance physiotherapist Lisa Howell says about the length of the vamp, you don't want it too high that it stops you from coming up onto your demi-pointe, which is a half point. But then you want it to be long enough so that the tips of your toes aren't exposed and you fall out of the shoe. Eliza Minden, designer of the Gaynor Minden pointe shoe, states that with a perfect fit, the edge of the hard part of the box does not show through the satin. Heel sizes range from low to high, and the ballerina is fitted based on the size of her heel. A dancer's pointe shoe should not squeeze her feet to the point where she can't wiggle her toes, but they should not be too loose either. They should fit her feet like a glove. After the dancer has tried on all of the options, she will narrow her selection down to a few shoes that fit her feet. From there, she will try the shoes on a few more times in order to decide which shoe is the best for her. When she has picked out the best shoe for her, the dancer has one more important factor to think about. The sole of the pointe shoe is called the shank. The shank is typically composed of layers of cardboard. Some manufacturers, such as Gaynor Minden, which is this brand, create shanks out of plastic. So here you can see the plastic shank. This Capezio shoe has a shank that is made from cardboard. I lifted up the layers so you can see the layers of cardboard. Shanks have different densities ranging from hard to soft, and the strength and flexibility of a ballerina's foot will determine which level of hardness she will get. Some dancers have a very strong foot and they will prefer a much harder shank because it'll last longer. According to the Russian Pointe newsletter from February 2010, When the dancer wears a shank that matches her foot shape and technical needs, it helps distribute the pressure of the weight throughout the shoe. When the dancer is fitted for her pointe shoes, the fitter will note the appropriate length of shank she needs for her feet. Although the exterior of the pointe shoe is not a factor when it comes to fitting a pointe shoe, there are still parts of it that the dancer needs to understand. All of the parts of the pointe shoe are glued together and encased in this satin slipper. This satin outer covering comes in a variety of shades of pink. You can tell a little bit of difference in these two shoes. It depends on the maker. Although a ballerina does not choose which pointe shoe to have based on what the outside looks like, the satin is just one of the elements that makes the shoe pretty. Sewn into the binding is a drawstring to hold the shoe snug on the foot. This Capezio shoe has a drawstring on the front, near the toe. The dancer will pull the drawstring taut so that the shoe will stay on her foot. This Gainer Minden shoe has a drawstring near the arch of the foot. This is so that it can be better tucked in and not seen. Based on the considerations to fitting, dancers usually schedule a pointe shoe fitting with the anticipation of it taking time. Sometimes pointe shoe fittings can take a couple of hours, but it's important to the dancer that her shoes fit correctly. She must schedule an appointment with a reputable pointe shoe fitter that sells a large variety of shoes. She must also remember to not get frustrated if many of the shoes do not fit the technical needs of her feet. Everyone's feet are a little bit different, and many shoes will not fit the dancer. She must be patient to find the one that fits her. In conclusion, today you have learned about pointe shoe sizes, the different combinations of the box, vamp, and heel sizes, the types of shanks, and lastly, the outer satin of the pointe shoe. Because each dancer has a different foot shape, each part of a pointe shoe is made in a variety of these styles and shapes so that she can wear the shoe that best fits her feet like a glove. Although dancing on pointe can be difficult, wearing the correct shoe can definitely help to lessen the pain. And that is how a strong ballerina can successfully balance on one big toe.